All right, bet. We are back for another episode. We are missing Mitch. He's got family in town, so he's going to enjoy the fam. So it's just me and my boy Calvin today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Ah, shit. Room too damn cold, bro. I had to shut that door. But nah, bro, what's good with you?
Man, I just got done watching that Clippers game.
See, I messed up. I knew I messed up because I didn't get to watch any of the games, but I was getting the updates and everything, and I was like, I missed something. I missed a good one.
That's two of them. Because like I was saying earlier in the group message, the Hawks, their coaching staff need a raise, bro. They're the fifth seed. They took out the Knicks with I think top four defense in the NBA. And Knicks regular season, great team. You got Julius Randle, most improved player. He averaged close to 30 points a game. You got a new Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose averaged over 30, I think close to 30 something points a game for that series.
Mm-hmm.
You got J.R. Barrett. You got Nerlens Noel, great defensive presence. They got a solid team. Trae Young said, hold my beer, got them out. Then 76ers. You talking about one of the candidates for MVP.
Like,
you talking about a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, Ben Simmons. You got Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris.
I mean, bro,
first game.
And you got to think about it, too. If you look at the 76ers lineup, just from the point guard standpoint, Ben Simmons, 6'10", Joel Embiid, 7 foot, Tobias Harris, 6'8", 6'10". You can put him in that category. Like, they got some like height too, bro. Exactly. So it's just and they're long. They can play defense. Like, ooh, maybe the series maybe it's looking like the East is more the more entertaining games than the West. It seems like
so far.
So yeah.
Because even that Milwaukee game, I mean, it was kind of flunky towards the end, but it was a solid game for the first three quarters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I got a question for you. I got two things for you, actually. What do you think about Luka, what he's doing right now? Because really, if you look at it, bro, he's doing majority of the work right now against a solid team, like Clippers team.
Like, what do you think? I think of him like in his career moving forward.
Yeah, like I mean, dude, he's playing out of his mind, and he's already only how old is he? 22?
Not that old at all.
21?
Like, yeah, something like that. He's super young. Here's what I'll say. I think he has the potential, when it's all said and done, to be a top 10 all-time NBA player.
If he's doing this right now, early in his career, like,
like
crazy.
And here's the crazy part: he's playing on such a high level. Let's say he doesn't get any better. Let's say he does what he does now for the rest of his career. He doesn't get any better. He doesn't get any worse. He just plays like this and plateaus the rest of his career. That's still a top 20, top 25 player of all time, depending how long he plays. If he plays like this 20, because you know how technology and human science is nowadays.
It's increasing day by day.
So the longevity of players is it's gonna end up being to where guys are playing 20 years. It's gonna be normal. So if he plays 16, 18, 20 years at this level, easily top 20.
Yeah.
Easy. And that's him not even getting better for starting right now. Because obviously I think he's gonna get better as he gains that experience, plays in the NBA. He starts to know, once you start to play with guys, you know how they play, yada yada. So he'll get better. But if he doesn't and plays a long, healthy career, easily top 20.
I feel that, man. I think the same thing with, even though he's, I think, like 2 years older, maybe a year older, but I feel like the same thing with Jason Tatum. Because, KD just said, he was just like, it was a thing that I was watching on Instagram. He was talking about, like, the battles with the Grizzlies, what's it called? With the Spurs, like when he's back with with the Thunder and everything. And he was like, you can put Jason Tatum in that category now of just like people that he like, that's like, it's hard to go against every night,
Oh yeah.
So,
and he's a solid two-way.
And I got this one last question for you too.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, you think he deserves his respect now? From the bubble, when what was that stat that they said that they had like a point something % chance of going to the win the bubble or something, and he did that. Went to the Suns and made them a winning team. Like, come on, bro.
Well, here's my thing. I'm a huge Chris Paul fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my all-time favorites. So, you know me, when you're one of my favorite players, he been have my respect. You know what I'm saying? I've been recognized because he's Chris Paul. And if you were watching the games, they put up this stat where it was like it showed their win percentage before the year before he got there, and then the year he was
and that's what I was going to go to next.
Almost the past 4 or 5 teams between OKC, Houston, Phoenix, I think Clippers, all those teams, he almost doubled their winning percentage, except for 1 year because they were like 0.4 and they went to like 0.6 or 7. But like he basically doubled their winning percentages the first year he was with that team. So, and then, you know, when he got in Houston, statistically, like numbers wise, because he's playing with James Harden, he's point guard, shooting guard combo. Obviously, his numbers going to go down. But he's washed up. You know, we heard it. He's washed up. He should retire. This isn't the same Chris Paul. He's not, you know, he's not a top guy anymore. They need to shut up.
Yeah, for real.
Those people need to shut up. Because people like to look at stats. Like, I'm a numbers guy. I love, like, numbers is where I go to when I'm in an argument or when I'm in a debate. I immediately go to numbers. But numbers aren't everything. They hold a lot more weight than a lot of stuff. I think numbers are like 70% of the story. The other 30% is watching the game. Because, you know, there's things that, like, there's like for example, there's, I don't want to say stats, but points that guys can get, not scoring points, but like, you know, hustle points where, you know, you get like brownie
stat sheet.
Yeah, like a brownie point, right? Like that doesn't go into a stat. Like what's his name? Blake Griffin the other day. He had 18 points, 14 rebounds. But what's a stat that he doesn't have is those 50-50 balls on the ground. He was on the ground, jump ball. They won those jump balls. Like that makes a huge difference.
Or like being in like help side defense, like and just being there, just in the way, or a good closeout. It's stuff like that doesn't.
So that's the other 30%. So Chris Paul, you know, yes, he's done great, but with that year with Houston, if you were watching the games, his presence on the court is still a big deal, even if he's not dropping 15, 20 points. He might be out there setting up a screen for a shot or setting up, you know, an assist, where that pass that you pass to the passer to get the assist, that like in hockey, that's an assist. Like that's an important
basketball is not.
Right, but that's an important contribution to getting that basket. So there's a lot of things that he does. It's with that Houston team that didn't go on a stat sheet, but if you watch the game, you'd be like that's why Houston was way better than they were before he got there. So yeah, he needs his respect. Future Hall of Famer, first ballot, no questions asked. I think
and put out LeBron like
right now. Wait. All right. Yes, he did.
But there's a lot of things that go into that whole Lakers thing. Obviously, AD was out, which if AD was in there, it would have been I don't know if the Suns would have won, but it would definitely been a closer game just by his presence. Like,
yeah. Now let me speak on that. Okay. Let me speak on the whole Laker thing because, you know, I'm a huge LeBron fan, but I'm gonna try not to be biased because I like all basketball. There's a player on each team I can pretty much say like I'm a fan of, or at least you know I'll root for them, right?
I got a question. Do you have an NBA team?
No,
because I don't. I honestly don't.
I don't have an NBA
team that I'm like interested in is definitely the Nuggets because I like Aaron Gordon as a player and him joining that team. I like Jokic and I like Jamal Murray. So it's just like I'm interested in that team right now.
You got more there's more favorites on that one team.
Okay, first thing, Jamal Murray, he's just a beast. Jokic is probably one of the best fundamental bigs in the game right now. And then Aaron Gordon went to Arizona, which is my favorite college team. So it's kind of, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, I don't have a team either. The main team I root for is obviously Portland because it's my all-time favorite basketball players on that team. But if he wasn't on Portland, you know, I'm a Dame fan. I got a Dame jersey, but like I'm not gonna hoorah Portland if he wasn't on there, if that makes sense. So but like you said, I don't really have a team. So I just like all basketball. So let me say this One, for all the LeBron haters out there, and two, for people making arguments that don't know what they're talking about or don't know fully. If you noticed, now let's not forget, I knew this was going to happen. I didn't think there was a chance that the Lakers were going to make it to the finals back to back because COVID, right? So they have this playoff run, whatever they win. How long did they get off for their offseason? A month and a half? 6 weeks?
I don't even really believe it was a full. It was maybe a month. I'll give them a month because, bro, you got to think about it. People are like, they get done and they're just like, oh shit, like I got to get ready for the next season. Screw a month. I'm taking 2 weeks off or 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm right back at it.
Right. So that is a huge problem. If you notice, Miami and Lakers out in the first round
out, yeah.
Because they had the longest. Those are the only two teams that only had a month and a half. They had the least amount of rest time. Now, usually when the season's over, they usually get what 4 plus months,
something like that,
4 to 6 or something like that. Like something, maybe not 6, but like 4 months or something like that for their offseason. You're talking about 6 weeks, maybe 6 weeks to go right back into it. Not only, and then people are like, oh, there's less games, but that almost makes it worse because now they're playing games. There's a game on every other night. They're playing every other night, and they get lucky if they get 2 days off. So it might be shorter, but it's condensed. So it almost makes it worse because there's more frequent. I heard there was a head coach talking about how they barely practice because if you incorporate the travel time, so if you have a home game then an away game, you got a home game, that game's over. The next day you get off, well, you got to travel. So then you travel, then you get to where you're playing. You got your game the next day. There's not room for like full-blown practice because you got to save guys' legs. That's a problem. So you're talking about 6 weeks for off season. Then you got condensed schedule, games with a higher frequency. And then you talk about a play-in tournament. Because I'm just talking specifically Lakers. Then you talk about you got to play a tournament to get into the playoffs. There's no way. First, I knew they weren't going to be healthy because that quick turnaround. If anybody, for people that haven't played a competitive sport at a competitive level, won't understand how that quick turnaround, injuries are going to come left and right.
That's what happened.
Right. There's people that don't exactly. There's people that don't understand that. You look across the NBA as a whole, especially the teams that went to the playoffs, injuries across the board. You got Joel Embiid. We got with an injury. You got Jaylen Brown they made the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown with that serious injury. Jamal Murray with that serious injury. You had LeBron. You had James Harden, KD, all those guys with serious injuries. And then you look
Luka battling the injury right now. He's playing through it.
Exactly.
Hold on, I got a question. Who won that series, by the way?
Clippers just won.
Bro,
Kawhi in his bag, bro. He shot.
Yeah,
he was
I saw the highlights.
10 for 15 off of 28 points. Like he was in his bag. Like he was. I could tell he really wanted to get this win because he was hustling. Like I'm not saying he doesn't hustle, but he was like trying to, the guy that's trying to make the team, you hustle at a different level if you're trying to make team versus if you're on the team. So there's a shot. He's at the 3-point line. Shot went up. He runs from top of the key all the way down to under the basket, grabs a rebound for a putback and one. But he didn't just do that once. He was doing it the whole game. A 3-point shot would go up. He'd be on the opposite side of the court from the 3-point line. He crashed on all those shots. He
ain't trying to have that same narrative from last year.
Yeah. He's like, nah, you can't up and go like this. And he notices because Paul George, he's good. He's not playing, he's playing good. So he knows in his head, okay, if I ball out, I know Paul George is gonna give me his 20 to 25. And I know I got Reggie Jackson, he's gonna give me his 10 to 15. And I know everybody else is gonna chip in where they're gonna chip in, and they're playing collective defense. Like Kawhi, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about the first half, but the second half, when I take Kawhi was putting the clamps on Luka, Kawhi was clamping Luka. Luka was trying to do all this. Kawhi was not moving. Screen was coming.
But that's the thing. What Mitch said last week, Kawhi should have been on Luka.
Yeah.
He should have. He really should have. And the thing about that, if he played like that, the series probably would have been 4-1, 4-2. Well, yeah, 4-2, something like that.
Yeah, but it's
maybe,
tall.
if we're saying that Luka doesn't do Luka, like, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, he still had it. He still has points because what they started doing is they started to force him to not use the screen. So when the screen would come left, Kawhi would shade hard left, so Luka would have the lane to go right, and Kawhi would just recover as soon as he declined the screen to prevent. So they couldn't switch it, or to prevent having to switch it, because once he uses the screen, he has, all he needs is this much space. So once he uses the screen, either the guy has to step up now, or if he tries to just hedge and get back, it's not enough. So Kawhi was just basically like, I'd rather give you the lane because he's athletic enough to recover than to let you use the screen. And that's what they end up doing. And he was trying to get all these shots back. And Kawhi, was he was missing all of them. But yeah, it was a good game. Both the games, honestly, were good.
If I'm a player and I have to go against Kawhi and he's guarding me on defense, I'm just like, damn, bro.
I'm gonna hit that Steph Curry. I'm gonna just pass the ball. And I'm finna just run in a circle. And then once I get that slither of space, I'm like super quick with it. But we get back into basketball. Before we get back into that, I wanted to recap. So our little challenge thing. So last week, in case the guys that didn't listen last week, Mitch proposed a challenge for us, and I actually found the actual name of the challenge, called 75 Hard Challenge. And let me just, for the people,
are you gonna look back? I got it pulled up right here.
Yeah. Tell the people what the challenge for our challenge.
Hold on, I had to go back.
All right, I got it. So I'm gonna tell our challenge, and then I'm gonna explain the 75 hard. It's a little different.
Okay.
So for us, it's just the month of June. It's not 75 days. 75 hard stands for 75 days. So it's just the month of June. Follow any diet, 2 workouts a day, at least 45 minutes, 5-minute ice bath, cold bath, cold shower, no alcohol, a gallon of water a day, and 10 pages from a non-fictional book. So the 75 hard challenge is similar. It's follow any diet, 2 workouts a day, at least 45 minutes. One of them has to be outside, but we decided that we're just going to do just at least 2. 5-minute cold shower, but we said ice bath, the same thing. No alcohol, gallon of water a day, and 10 pages. So I want to get your perspective on how your challenge is going.
It's going great. Now, I'll say for the gallon of water and stuff, I just drink that periodically through the day or whatever.
Right.
And reading 10 pages, I just really just try to find like any free time that I have. Sometimes at work, I might, read like a little 2 pages or whatever, but mostly like the reading and stuff is going to be at home. The workouts and everything, you know what I need to do? I need to start getting up early in the morning, start doing one, and then after work, just do like a 45-minute jog or walk around the neighborhood or something like that.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
What I've been doing is doing like a workout or whatever, and then I'll chill for like about 15 minutes, and then I'll run a treadmill.
Oh, so you've been doing them kind of back to back?
Yeah, and bro, dude, it tired me out. It tired me out like real bad. So I'm gonna just have to just get up early in the morning and just start doing that. Bro, the diet thing, I've been eating, good diets and everything, no fast food and that stuff. But the cold showers, man, that's different. Have
you tried a bath yet?
No, bro, and I might have to do that. I might have to do that on like a Friday just to try it out, because like Fridays I don't have shit going on the next day. But I'm telling you, dude, like I take a shower or whatever, get clean and everything, and I'm like slowly turning it colder and colder so I can get used to
that's what I was asking, how y'all did y'all showers.
Yeah, and then like soon as like I can't go all the way to the coldest, that's when I'm just like standing there for like 5 minutes. I got my little
just timer. Like this.
Yeah, I got my little
in the shower.
And I'm just like, I'm just looking. I'm just like, when the shit go off.
All right, bro. So in the shower, here's why I asked, because the first day I was doing them. So for me, I do my workout that I normally do during the day, and then when I get home.
Oh, by the way, too, the no alcohol. I'm good on that too.
Yeah.
I've been, bro. It's been tempting though, because I went golfing everybody was drinking. I was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna get my little body armors and water. So I was straight.
Yeah, so obviously for me, the no alcohol, I don't
Yeah.
drink, for people that don't know. So that's probably the easiest one for me. Follow any diet, whatever. So my first workout I do at the gym that I've always been doing. And then when I get home, on days I hoop, I count hooping as my second workout. If not, Monday to Friday, I do 100 sit-ups and I got 100 curls. I got a band that I have. So I do like 100 band curls. And then for the rest of the time, because it doesn't take me 45 minutes, the rest of the time I just do I just stretch or like mobility. So
you know, I never even thought about stretching, to be honest, because that's something that I really need to do. Because I've noticed when I play basketball and stuff, dude, I'm so like stiff. Like I don't feel like I'm like I'm like it's not. I just don't feel like I'm flexible or anything. It's just like when I'm running, it's just like I'm a track star, just straight up and down, like no movement or anything. So
yeah, stretch it for on the weekends. My workouts are stretching. Like this morning I stretched, and then I'm gonna stretch again tonight. And I just stretch for 45 minutes each for the weekends. That way I'm not doing something too crazy. But the shower. So here, the first day with the shower, what I did is I did like you. I had like my hot shower where I got clean and I turned it cold. And then I was standing there for 5 minutes. Like, damn, it's a long ass shower. So what I did is the second day, I turned it cold off rip, and I used my like getting clean in the cold shower. So by the time you do all of that, you only got like a minute or two left to just stand there. So it's not
right.
The hardest part with that though is because you're not gradually turning it. It's tougher to get in. So like when you first get in, you're like, oh shit. But once you like get the water on you and you start like washing, once you get to that point, you're like, all right, I'm good. And so you can kind of just as you're rinsing yourself off, you're straight because you kind of just get right into it. It's kind of like jumping into a cold pool. If you just jump in, it's sucks initially.
It is what it is. It's just
but
like,
then eventually, but you're straight after that. So that's what I'm doing now. And then sometimes when I don't feel like taking a cold shower, I just do the tub.
I feel that I'm gonna have to try that ice bath out like on Friday and just see how that goes. But I don't think it's gonna go too well.
If you can get through the shower, the tubs are easier because the water's not moving. So like with the reason why the shower is harder is because it's cold and the water's moving and you're not submerged in it. It's like, it's cold. So like, if you're halfway in it, part of your body's cold, part of your body's not. And then when you're moving around, if you like turn around, your front's not cold, but your back's cold. So you're like uneven. There's no equilibrium. But if you get in the tub, you're fully submerged. Once the water stops moving after you get in, it's still. So you just got to sit still. Then eventually from your waist down, you hit an equilibrium. You kind of go numb to it where you don't like you're cold, but you don't necessarily feel that you're cold. The water's still, there's no moving, and your body reaches the equilibrium. So you go numb and then you're straight. It only takes like a minute to get to that. Because when I take tubs, I normally take 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just sitting in there for 15, 20 minutes. And I mean, the only parts that you struggle is like when I first get in, I'm like,
it hits you.
But like after 60 seconds, I'm just cruise control for like the rest of the time. So it's not that bad.
I feel that. Yeah, I'm gonna try out what's it called? Because I already did my cold shower today, but I'm gonna try that tomorrow. The just straight off the rip, just jumping in, get clean with the cold water, and then like you said, you got a minute left or whatever. But then Friday, I'm gonna try that ice bath. I'm gonna see how that is, and then we'll come back on next Sunday with results or thoughts about it after that. So,
so Calvin coming to the San An.
Bro, I got a funny thing about that, bro. It was actually perfect timing. So it was about a week ago. I had told my manager, I was just talking to him about PTO and stuff, and I told him how much time I had, and he looks at me, he's like, "That's an absurd amount. Like, you need to take a day off." He was like, "Get back with me soon to take a day off." So I work with this one girl that's on my team. So I switched divisions or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going out of town on the 18th." She's like, "Don't take that week." I was like, "All right, cool." And then I was just like, you know what, bro? I was like, I'm gonna take some time off in June, and I was perfect. I was just putting time in. I wasn't gonna do nothing. I was gonna chill at the house, or maybe because I've been doing golfing and stuff. I was like, maybe I'll just go on a golf day or something like that on my day off. Bro, I put the time in, and literally as soon as I sat back down, you had texted me, said, when you coming? And I said, you free the 24th? Said, yeah. I was like, all right, let me check the plane tickets real quick. Bro, got a deal, bro. Got a deal on a round trip for $430, bro. I feel like,
are you flying with Southwest?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, flying in and out of San Antonio to Nashville, they're pretty cheap.
Bro,
I think it's because they're always flying from San Antonio to Nashville.
Yeah. And the thing about it though, that was like that I was really surprised about it, because like, you know, if you like book a flight like 2 weeks or 3 weeks out, like you're gonna pay some money for it. But where like if you book it out like 2 months or 3 months, obviously you're gonna, you know, get the cheaper flight. I was so surprised by the price of it, to be honest, but I was just like, man, I don't do nothing. I got this PTO, so I was just like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do it, bro.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, so you're coming Thursday morning, right?
Thursday morning, and then I'll send you a screenshot of like when I gotta leave.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you
Sunday at like, I think my flight leaves out at like 7 in the morning on Sunday.
All right. Bet.
If not, I can. You got Uber. I can always get there.
I mean, I'm not gonna be doing shit Sunday. So are you gonna you coming to the gym Thursday?
Yes, bro. Like I'm there, bro. Like.
Well, you actually you'll lucky. You'll be there Thursday and Friday. All right, Calvin.
I'm ready, bro. Come on, bro.
Because
me, dude.
It'll be a challenge because the workout plan me and Xavier on, it kicks my ass every week. Like Monday, I'll be, man, let's go. But Monday, Tuesday, I'll be okay. I'm here. And then by the time I get to Wednesday, my body's like, oh man, I'm feeling it. Like through the week, bro. By the time I get to Thursday and Friday, I'm so spent. I'll be like, God damn.
You be looking at the workout, be like, do I really want to do this today?
I be spent, but like that's how I like it. So then I, Saturday I don't do shit. Sunday I don't do shit. So by the time I get to Sunday, I'm like, damn, I feel good. I'm ready to go. And then Monday, I go right back at it. So it's like,
perfect. I got a question. I got two things for you. Do I need to bring the PS4 down or not? That's my first question.
Yeah, you can, because you'll have your own TV, so you can hook it up. And I'll just move mine to either the living room or my room.
Okay. Second thing, like, what?
Bring some basketball shoes, because I go hooping on Fridays at 6, so we can go to the gym out here.
Okay, no, that was for sure. Like that was one of the questions. Another thing, what is there to do around San Antonio that is not expensive?
I mean, there's so much shit. People from here be capping so hard, like it's San Antonio. I don't know where people. There's nothing to do. There's so much shit to do out here, bro.
There's one girl that I work with that is from Dallas. She told me, she's like, first place she's like, obviously go to Whataburger. She's like, go to Whataburger or whatever. And then she said, go to the Alamo. She told me to do that.
We can go downtown to the Alamo, the Riverwalk. That's all free. You just walk around.
That's what she told me. And then she was like, obviously go to what's the mall there? It starts with a K or C?
North Star? Well, North Star is the fancy one out here.
She said another place too. I wrote it down. I wrote it down on like a sticky note. I need to go see. But it starts with like a K or a C or something. So
I don't know about no.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit the mall to see what they got too. So
we go to we can check out that mall if you figure it out, and then North Star for sure.
Okay, facts. Cool. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I've never been to Texas. Adam Rainey, he's from Texas and everything, but he hasn't gone back there. But he was like, bro, he's like, that's a place where everybody needs to like visit at least once. He was like, either San Antonio, Houston, or Dallas, or all three. Shit.
Yeah. So. They're all it's crazy. They're all Texas, but they're so different so many ways.
Yeah.
San Antonio it's basically Mexico out here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's Mexico. It's just it's as Mexican as you can get without living in Mexico. In a good, like, I love it. I love Mexican culture. That's why I love it out here.
Hey, so straight shorts, no jeans?
You can bring jeans, but it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot as hell.
Yeah, I forget that then. That's cool.
So I mean, you could bring like I'll probably shit. I don't even know if I'm gonna wear some because I got jeans that got the cuts in them. Those aren't too bad because it's not. It's a weird. It's not.
It's
It's
not.
not.
Is it like a humid heat or a dry
Oh,
heat?
it's drier. It's
Okay.
funny because there's people out here that think San Antonio is humid because they're from Cali and Arizona. I'm
They
like
don't know what
this
humid is.
isn't humid. I'm like, trust me, this is not even close to humid.
Come down, please come down to like Mississippi, Tennessee,
Right.
Alabama, Georgia. Like
You talking
you
about
walk
humid.
outside, you start sweating, bro.
Right. It's just like you can feel the moisture in the air when you walk outside, and back home. But no, so it's not like so you can wear jeans. I wear jeans in the summer. If I'm gonna go to the movies or some shit, I'll wear jeans. But
Cool.
it's straight. It's straight. Where's my glasses? Because I believe it is time for science. So I'm mad Mitch isn't here because this is a good one. I was talking about this with my buddies the other day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Science with Uncle Strip. Today, we are talking, the key word is DNA. All right, don't ask me what it stands for, but just know it's the genetic makeup of who we are. Okay, so, we all know DNA is like our genetics, basically. Everything about you, how far apart your eyes are, how big your hands are, what kind of hair you got, all that stuff comes from our DNA. Okay, it's basically literally the code of what makes us us. Here's what's very interesting about DNA. Let's talk about twins. Twins share 100% of DNA. If you were to take a blood, my mic go out?
A little bit, but you straight. I hear you.
All right, I can't be touching this mic. It's super sensitive. Anyway, if you take twin number 1 and you get a blood sample, and you take twin number 2 and you get a blood sample, it would be 100% match. They share most siblings, like me and Kylan, we share 50% because we're brothers, but we're not twins. We didn't share the same womb. Siblings share 50%, and then cousins, I think it's 33 or 30%, somewhere like that. So as the further apart you get, the less DNA, obviously. Here's what's so interesting. So if you would think twins share 100%, they share the same womb, they have 100% identical twins, not fraternal. Let me make that clear. Identical twins. If you would think they share same womb, 100% of the DNA. That's why they look exactly like each other, because every code about what they look like is the same, right? Here's the thing. Twins have different fingerprints. So you would think with 100%, because DNA is how your hands
that
are
actually
made.
Makes sense though. That makes sense though in some aspect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like your DNA obviously is like, that makes you. But if you're a twin, obviously you're gonna look the same and everything like that. But your fingerprint is like everybody has a different fingerprint.
But here's the thing: it's counterintuitive because you would think everybody has a different fingerprint because nobody shares the same DNA except for twins. Yeah. Like Calvin, there is not another person on this human. You don't have a twin, right?
I hope not.
Okay, assuming you don't have a twin, there is not a single person on this earth that shares 100% of your DNA. That's why there's nobody that has a fingerprint like you. Twins, on the other hand, they share your fingerprints. The way, the shape of your fingerprints is derived from your DNA. That's what makes your fingerprint. So to me, it's crazy that two people that have 100% DNA, which means physically and biologically, more or less, they should be the exact same. The only difference is just their mental consciousness. Everything else physically is the exact same. You would think that their fingerprints would also be the same because the formation of your fingerprints comes from your DNA. But they do not have the same fingerprints. And then I was looking up, I was doing some research for this because I got intrigued because, I knew about this, but then I just started like thinking about it because I always sit down like, what I'm going to do for Science on Uncle Strip. And I was like, so I was thinking about that. I was like, that's so cool because they should be the exact same theoretically, but they're not. And then I looked, and then I was like, so I dug into fingerprints. Listen to this. So everybody has a different fingerprint, right? No two people alive have the same fingerprints. So then I was like, all right, let's go back. Let's start from year 1 AD to 2021. Are you telling me, because there's only a certain amount of, like a finger is a finite space.
Yeah.
So theoretically, there's only a finite number of different fingerprint combinations you can have on one finger. Not like a combination of all five, but we're talking about one finger, right?
Mhm.
You got like there's like, I think the loop, and then you have whatever. There's a finite number of fingerprint combinations you can possibly have because we only have 5 fingers and you have finite space, theoretically.
Yeah.
But I looked online, they said there's no 2 people that have had the same fingerprint. And I'm like, how can from 2021 years, you're talking about billions, maybe trillions of people that have lived on this earth in just those 2021 years, right?
Mhm.
You're telling me not 2 people shared the same fingerprint when there's just a limited number of space? Like, that's crazy to me.
You know what is interesting about that? Since nobody shares the same, what's the closest DNA match, and what is that like? What is the thing that separates them to make them different? If it like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're talking about for 2 people that are not twins?
No, I'm saying like, yeah, like no. I'm saying people that are twins that don't have the same, obviously don't have the same fingerprints. But like, what is it that's different? Like, what is that one? You understand what I'm kind of saying a little bit?
I have no idea what you're trying
Like,
to say.
what it like at it? Okay, let's just say, like, forget the whole twin thing. Let's just say over the span of how many years, like, people been alive and everything, and there's no single like match for DNA. Like, how is that? Not for DNA, for fingerprints. You know,
that's what I don't know.
Like I'm just
that's
saying,
crazy.
Like,
yeah.
Like if you get 2 similar fingerprints, obviously they're not going to be the same.
Right.
What is that one thing that is making it different? Yeah. Is it the pattern? Is it the like?
I'm sure it's like, I know, like, because I took criminal justice at Independence, and when you look at fingerprints, like some people have an arch in the middle of their, like I have an arch. You're not gonna be able to see it, but like my fingerprint has an arch, and then under the arch there's waves. So like I know that 2 people can have an arch, but just those, like let's say you have an arch on your index, I have an arch on my index, and then we do our fingerprint. They still will have the same shape of an arch, but I might have, 7 lines in this millimeter. You might have 5 lines within that millimeter. The thickness of the line or the spacing between lines might be different. Or like maybe at the end of my arch, I have like a wiggle in one of my lines, and yours is just smooth. So it's like super, super small details like that. But here's what I also think. So, I mean, people have been alive before, more than 2021 years, right?
Yeah.
We go back,
undocumented times.
Right, undocumented times. Here's what I think. I think at some point fingerprints get recycled, but we haven't been keeping up with fingerprints that long. Think about it, I don't think fingerprints were really in forensic science, or like the government didn't keep up with fingerprints till maybe, I don't know what, maybe the 80s, 90s, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when did like technology really start breaking? Like, I want to say, like, I'll guess around like the 1980s, like early 1980s or mid or something like that. That's when, like, because you got to think about it. Actually, I'm gonna look this up. The first forensic case. Look that up.
Well, I know at first fingerprints were used. Oh shit. They were used. People had to like eyeball them. Now it's all done by computer. Oh, wait a minute. The New York Police Department prison system, the Federal Bureau of Prison Institutions, a fingerprint system in 1903 and in 1905. So it's been about a little over 100 years. But we're talking about it's only been kept for over 100 years. And obviously there's no duplicates. This is what we've only been doing for 100 years. If we've been doing it since the dawn of man that have fingerprints, I feel like they might have been recycled. It's probably like there's no 2 people alive, but there might be somebody that lived thousands of years ago that has the same fingerprints I do, but it didn't get, it didn't repeat till, it's like, I don't know, that's just
yeah. Me. I know what you're saying. I know, because
from a scientific logical reasoning is the only time you can have infinite amount of stuff is when there's infinite amount of stuff to be had. Like the only time you can have an infinite amount of, I don't even know how to explain this. Like let's say you want an infinite amount of cookies, right? The only way to have an infinite amount of cookies if you have an infinite amount of space to store the cookies, right? Does that make sense? So you're talking about an infinite amount of fingerprints. Doesn't make sense when a finger is this big. You know what I'm saying? Like this is so finite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could, that's how finite it is. Like, you know, it's not like my finger is this, you know, it's like huge and there's all these trillion different, it's this big. So that's just crazy. But
the way you explain that, bro, that is actually kind of crazy. And the fact that we've only been keeping up with it since, what's the date that you said?
Like 1905, 1903. Early.
Yeah, bro, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like we just recently just started doing it. So sheesh. But now today, you do something bad, you get.
Oh yeah, they'll find you. It's crazy, but you know, technology is a double-edged sword.
You can. Sure. I feel like you can have the greatest escape plan or their master plan, but there's always that one thing where you slip up at where they get you.
Oh yeah, there's too like it's funny because I'll be watching these shows like I Almost Got Away with It, or like these movies or shows where people are trying to like heist and stuff. I'm like, I would never, especially in 2021 or for the rest of my life, I would never attempt a super big crime like that. There are too many variables. Like people that are going to try to commit these crimes, they honestly think they can pull it off.
They can get away with it, but
I'm like, there's no way we're pulling this off.
Yeah,
there's no way, because everywhere you go, a hair will fall out. That's all they need. Let a hair fall out. That's all they need. Let you forget to wipe a fingerprint off. Let you accidentally sneeze and leave your, what is it called? Leave some DNA from a sneeze or something. That's all they need.
Because that's what I didn't understand. I watched this one documentary. It was on, I forgot, it was on YouTube, but it went into depth about like crime scenes and everything. Like when they block it off, they're so strategic when they block off crime scenes and everything, and who comes in and who comes out, and what's being touched and what's like, dude, it is almost like if you do like the most minute thing, bro, it can screw up the whole process of finding who it is. And I was just like, damn, like like people in there like with gloves, full body suits and stuff, and just swiping particles, bro. And you're just like, what the hell are they doing?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Speaking of minute, I'm trying to think of that documentary on Netflix. Oh my God, it was this Hispanic.
And speaking of Netflix, we're gonna get into that on the next thing. We're gonna talk about that differently.
Found it. The Night Stalker. So I watched The Night Stalker on Netflix because you said speaking of so minute. They caught this man.
Did you actually fully watch? Because I watched it too.
Yeah. So you know how they caught him from his tennis shoes, bro.
Yeah,
they got a partial. He and this is obviously this was way before. Was this way before technology was? This was what?
This was like 1960s.
Yeah, so it was before, like, you know, it's not now. You know, it's not now where all they gotta do is figure out what kind of phone you got, and they know exactly where you are. But I mean, first of all, I gotta say this. Please, people, if you're listening to this, please lock your windows. Because like 60 to 70% of this guy went and killed and raped countless people. And he got in through their windows because they left their windows unlocked. If they had these people, they had locked their windows, he wouldn't have been able to get into their house. Please, people, please lock your windows, okay? I might be saving your life. Lock your windows for the love of God.
And please, especially lock your front doors. So I know a lot of people that don't lock their front doors. And I don't care what type of neighborhood you live. You can live in the best neighborhood there's only one shooting a year, or you can live in downtown Nashville, East Nashville, where a lot of shit be going on. Bro, just lock your doors, bro.
Lock your doors, lock your windows. Now, if you're in an apartment, you're on the 5th floor, okay, I'll get it. But if you live in a house, please lock your windows. Now, moving forward. People, first of all, spoiler alert, for Night Stalker, if you haven't watched on Netflix, which I don't even think it's on there anymore. But so there's this serial killer that was going around breaking into people's houses and raping them and raping their kids, and then it would kill them execution style. And he kept getting, they couldn't catch him because this is actually a very interesting, because it was so hard to catch him because there was no MO. Like, you know, most serial killers have their MO where it's like, you know, they're in the blonde females, or they're in the like they're in the like short females. They have that.
Think about it too. It's always in like usually it's always in the same like area. This dude was traveling.
Traveling
North California, South California, Central. He was doing it all.
He was everywhere, and none of his victims were the same. Usually the victims are the same. Like, oh, it's a redheaded female, just like the other 7. No, this man, it was almost like he would just flip a coin and be like, all right, this is what I'm going for. Or like if he was just driving around, okay, that's the house I'm going. Like he was. That why it was so hard to catch him, because there was no pattern to him. So, and then and it becomes hard because usually when they are trying to figure out putting the cases together, when it was happening in North Cali and South Cali, the reason usually if it's the same type, let's say they go for redheaded females, and like 5 redheaded females found murdered, then like, okay, it's probably a serial killer. He goes after redhead females. And then in let's say he travels to North Cali, and then 6 redheaded females get murdered in like 2 weeks. Then they're like, okay, this must be the same guy. He traveled, but he's the same guy. They can piece that together. But when it's super random, guys, girls, old women, children of all kinds, ages, or whatever, it's so hard to be like, all right, this is all the same guy. One guy said it was the same guy, and they're like, oh, you're crazy. Anyway, moving forward, they basically caught him because they found a partial print of this man's shoe, because he was trying to get into a window, and he was in a flower bed, and
it rained the night before.
It rained the night before. When he pushed the window up, he made a footprint because he like pushed his feet to the ground to push the window up. They found that partial print. They made a mold out of it. So they didn't know who he was, but they found the partial print, and every crime scene, they basically were able to find the print. That's how they knew it was this guy. They caught him because it was a super rare shoe.
Only one came, like they went through logistics and everything.
Oh my, it was such a rare. If this man had worn some regular Nikes, they probably would have never caught him.
No.
He wore a super rare, I think only 50 of them were shipped out in America.
And but only it wasn't only 2 or 1 that came to like the West
Cali.
Coast.
Yeah, only like 2 of them were sold in Cali. Oh no, I think might have been only 1 was sold in Cali or something like that.
I know it wasn't
something like that.
I know it wasn't more than 3. That's all I know. I remember.
But yeah, basically a super small amount were sold in Cali. So all they did was get the names, and they looked up what stores were sold, and they got the receipts, and they got the names of the names of the whatever. Bam, they got him. So now they were just trying to catch him. So, but then they ended up catching him. But
in the most
partial shoe
weird
print,
way though. They didn't go.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch. Yeah, I was just saying y'all gotta watch. It's a great documentary for sure. But what were you saying?
No, I was just saying like the way that like they had to go all through those hoops, bro, just to get it. Like I don't think, like I bet you do when the cops were like, you have receipts and everything. They had to go all because they probably stores probably back then didn't keep receipts and everything like that. They only kept them from like a month or, you know what I'm saying?
They probably had to like go through the stores like invoices for like the legit like tax type shit they got to keep up with.
And the thing about that too, that takes time, and they're probably like a race against clock. Like, all right, when's this dude gonna strike again?
Right?
Like type thing.
Because every day it could be another victim kind of thing.
And you don't know where he's gonna hit because he's all over California. So
a partial shoe print. It's crazy to me that if he had worn a regular ass shoe, he probably would have never got caught.
He probably. I wouldn't say would have got away with it, but the percentage chance of him getting away with it is probably
super high. He might have messed up a little later, but he wasn't messing up. It was just that partial print. If he had worn some Nike free, like something that's like thousands are sold a day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh,
some Air Forces, bro.
It'd have been no hope. It'd have been no hope for him to catch him. It's such but he picked the rarest shoe in America at the time. But
that's crazy, bro. But he was locked up.
Shit. Did he kill himself, or was he killed in prison? Because I know he was getting sentenced to the death chair, right? And then he ended up dying before his execution, right?
It's probably
something like that.
Yeah.
But what were we getting back to? Film and music, right? Or were you trying
bro.
to talk
I got a question. I got a question for you. What is your opinions? First thing, do you watch Netflix? Do you watch anything on Netflix?
Yeah.
Do you watch anything on Hulu?
I watch everything on all the platforms I have.
All right. So Who do you think is better right now, just of content? I'm gonna go ahead and say Hulu, dude, because I got on the other day and I watched like three. I'll say 3.5 because I fell asleep on the fourth one. Watched 3.5 movies, bro, that were actually pretty solid. Then I got on Netflix and I'm like, bro, this is
Whoa. Wait a minute. You
kinda
watched 3.5 movies on Hulu, but you have yet to watch a superhero movie.
I knew that was coming. I knew I should. Yeah, bro, I'm bullshitting.
That's crazy. We ain't gonna never get you caught up, bro. Black Widow's about to come out. Spider-Man's about to come out. They just finished filming Thor, Lord of Love or whatever. Thor. Mm-hmm. They got the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're about to start filming. Bro, you're about to miss out on some of the greatest films that's getting ready to come
out. Hey. I'm coming down to San Antonio. Maybe I can catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I guess, but that means we're gonna be sitting at the house watching movies all damn day. You talking about trying to go to the mall, trying to go downtown, trying to hit up the river walk. The river walk, bro. We walk the river walk. We're walking for hours.
Oh,
it's like a big deal out here, bro. The river walk is not some small time stuff. Like the river walk's huge.
Oh shit.
So like that's an all day thing. The river walk. Like, that'd probably be the river walk's gonna have to be Saturday, so we get like some good time in. And in the mall, we can just fit in. We can dinner do the mall Thursday. We can dinner do the mall. We might do the mall. Actually, we might do the mall and Riverwalk on Saturday.
Sheesh.
So we're gonna try to go hoop Friday. You know what I'm saying? Because that's Do
you go hoop on Thursday?
No, wait. No, Friday we're good because I don't have a meeting on Friday anymore. So after the lift Friday, we could go to the mall and then just hoop later, type shit.
I bet.
Because I don't go to the gym till 6.
Hey, how are the runs out there though?
The hoopers?
Yeah. Is it at Gold's Gym or?
Yeah, it's a Gold's.
Okay, because I still got my membership, so I'm good on that.
You talking about across the states?
Does Gold's not go for every? What's it called? Does it not go for every gym?
I don't know if it goes for every gym in the country. I think it goes for every gym in your town. I mean, we can try it. Worst case scenario, I could just talk to him like, "Hey, what do we got to do for this a day?" Right?
They shouldn't care. Pay a little $5.
Because I know my brother, he just signed up for when he came. I think like a month membership to just that one Gold's Gym was like $10. So he just paid $10 and then just canceled the membership the same day because it's good for the whole month.
Yeah, so I feel that.
Like that. No, the runs are straight. There's one dude there. If he decides to shoot the ball, he's not gonna miss. Bro, he's probably the most high percentage shooter I've ever seen him like with my own 2 eyes. Like he does not miss. And we're talking deep threes, like, and I'm not talking about deep three for the high school. I'm talking he's shooting deep NBA threes, like 30 plus feet with consistency. It's ridiculous. There's this other dude. The competition's straight. It's not like it is in Tennessee, but it's straight.
Okay. That's all you need to say.
It's not no Tennessee shit. Like they play the 12 down here.
Oh, 1 and 2s?
Yeah, like they don't be playing the 16. They don't be playing 24 or 2s and 3s or 36 like that.
It's funny that you say that, bro, because every place that I've been, they play basketball so different. Like
New
Jersey, bro, they take that shit seriously. When I was out there doing my internship, like them boys, they're nice out there.
Do people still be running and gunning in Tennessee? Like, is it because like?
I've been playing that men's league and everything. So like actually like pickup ball and stuff, I haven't been doing that like within like a good like 3 weeks or a month, bro. So I mean, if you have a stacked team, they know they're gonna win. You know you're gonna have that one person cherry picking all the time just to get the game over with. But
they play too slow here for me, to be honest. Like you know me, if I get the rebound, I'm going. Like they don't run out here.
Damn,
it's weird. Like not all like they run, like they still run, but it's not Tennessee.
Not running, yeah.
Like every missed shot is a transition. It's like fast break. If it's a missed shot, it's like back home. The shots miss, we're fast breaking. It's not like this. get it, and they'll wait for people to clear out. Then they'll try to bring. I'm like,
nah, bro, we did that up and down.
Look, you know how I am. When the ball gets missed, I don't get the rebound. I'm trying to why because the defense, the offense they're now getting back. They're not really paying attention for. So hey,
yeah, you trying to outlet that thing.
Yeah, there's no outletting at all. The only time there is when I get in, I say go 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 go, and some of them will go, and the others will just be like, nah, bro, you got it. Because I'll one man fast break. If I see 4 people in front of me, I'm still going to the basket. My Euro step, bro. First off, let me tell you.
My Euro step.
Look, this is gonna go to a story time. All right, so I'm at the Rec Friday, last Friday, and I haven't. So this is my second or third week hooping. I go Wednesdays and Fridays at 6:00. This is my second week of consistently going because I'm trying to get back in basketball shape. I haven't hooped for real since COVID because they shut the gyms down. I kind of just got out of mentally, going to the gym consistently. I lost that routine. So I try to go back. So the first week, I'm like, my shot probably not that good, and my handles are probably rusty. So I'm doing drills and stuff while I warm up because I'm trying to like get my shot back, get my handles back. So when I'm playing, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna focus on my strengths right now. So like, I'm a rebounder. I'm just like I'm a garbage man. So I'll just get the board, put it back, and I just get like hustle points, like fast break. That's all. I wasn't really working my shot. So then this week, I was like, okay, let me try working on my shot a little bit. Let me put some shots, so I'm getting some shots up. Wednesday was, it was decent, whatever. Bro, Friday, bro. So first game, warm-up game. So I'm just trying to get to the basket layups, right? Second game, I wasn't warm yet because that game was kind of quick. Second game, I'm all right. Let me try to get some. Bro, that third game, we played to 12, ones and twos. I had 8 points. Bro, when I tell you, all of them were jump shots. I think maybe one was like a layup or a putback. But when I tell you, step back, cat, or you know how look, when I sit in that short corner, I said somebody drove, dished it out, cat, right here with that drive, step back, pull, bro. I was going,
he said I was going, step it,
bro. Like they was like, bro, it's like, where's this coming? Where was this at last game? I was like, I'm warming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my shot back. So look, when you get down here, it's gonna be another 2-3 weeks. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna be on that shit now. You have to bring your A game. I'm gonna be back in full shape. Cause that first week, you talking about hurting. I was so out of shape, bro. And then I've never been this heavy before, and I'm running around. I'm starting to run now. So my knees are starting to swell up because I got tendonitis in my patellar. I got patellar tendonitis. I might have arthritis because my shit was bad that first week.
You start aching when it rain? You start aching when it rain?
I mean, I don't know about all that, but so it got to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I was thinking about like not hooping anymore because I was like, maybe I'm just like it's just not gonna work. But I was like, it's whatever. So I've just been like. I just been warming up different. I've been really making sure I stretch and warm up my hamstrings and quads to loosen up the stress on my knees and try to do some like knee mobility. Anyway, bro, I was dying. Like I'm first game in, I'm barely making it past half court. Like some of the games, I'm whatever. But I like to go, like push it.
Yeah.
So I was pushing it at a pace that I'm not in shape for. So that second half of the game, I'm
hey, you got it.
I was like, bro, I need to chill out. But now I'm good. Like now I'm straight. But
I feel that, bro. To be honest, like that's why it was when we started doing that mentally, because like rec ball and stuff, like you can take plays off. I guess you can walk up the court or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like mentally, like in the league, bro, like you actually like playing against people that like play consistently. Boy, the first 2 games. I'm so glad we had subs because if we didn't, it would have been bad news.
Oh man,
bad news, bro.
But yeah, they got some hoopers, bro. They got some hoopers. There's one other guy. You'll probably meet him. His name's Kenny. I'm starting to know people's names and stuff. Kenny probably the best hooper out. He's probably the best hooper in San Antonio I've seen so far. He can hoop like, bro. You talking about if he decides to go game time. He'll beat you by himself. Like I'm telling you, he can be on a bum ass team. You can double team him. He gonna game.
He gonna find a way.
He gonna game it, bro. I'm not even gonna fake it. Like, and then the other guy, the dude I was talking about that can shoot, his name's Mike. He can shoot. That's it though. Like he don't be driving. He like a Kyle Korver kind of, but just with Steph Curry accuracy. Like, Kyle Korver's one of the elite to ever do it, but like he don't really be doing all that extra shit. Like he just catch it and he's shooting, and he don't need much space. The problem is he don't need much space. Like he's not even like they're not even just wide ass open. Like you're in his face, and if he's just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna shoot it. Oh, it's going in.
I hate them people, bro. I hate those people. Those are the people that piss you off the most. You're just like, bro, like,
yeah. But then outside of that, it's like once me and you get in there, outside of them two, we'll probably be the next two like best hoopers out there for real.
Cool. I'm cool with that.
I got so many stories for the gym, bro. Because there's be dudes up there that be talking shit, and so first day he's talking mad shit, bro. And I'm like, I don't know nobody, so I'm like, damn, he must be a hooper. Where we come from, if dudes talking shit, they got game, right? He's all this shit. I'm like, and I just walked in, I'm warming up. He's talking shit to people on the court. I'm like, damn, he must be a hooper. Let me, I like to watch to see how people play. So, when I get on, like, I'm scouting. So he talking mad shit, like, oh man, bro, run this shit then, bro. Let's go. Right? He's like, I'll guard anybody out here. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Bro, I tell you, he's the sorriest dude I've ever seen play. Sorry. I'm like, oh no, you can't be doing that. Like, if you're gonna talk, the talk, I'm cool with you talk, walk the walk. Yeah. When I tell you, bro, he can't stay in front of shit. If you were to place a bucket of shit on the court and tell him to stay in front of it, use your feet and stay in front of it, he could not stay in front of it. First of all, he's hooping in shoes bigger than Air Forces. I don't know what kind of shoes these are. They're bigger than Air Force. They're boats, bro. He can't move his feet. He can't shoot. He can't play defense, but he talks the biggest shit I have ever seen, bro. And there's dudes. There's really two dudes out there like that. The other dude, though, he all right. But this dude, no, there's three dudes like that. Two of them are terrible. There's one dude, he's an older guy. He's kind of overweight. I've been going there 2 weeks. Friday was the first time I've seen him. No, I saw him take one shot that first day I went. Airball to layup. Wide ass open layup. Airball. Friday was the first time I seen him take another shot. I haven't seen him take a shot in 2 weeks. And he'd be wide ass open. But he knows he's a little better because he'll play defense. He can't stay in front, but he'll foul you. But he'll at least talk and talk deep, like navigate defense. Like, I got to get your help, and he'll just foul. And then he knows he can't shoot, so he just tries to get other guys open by just getting in the way. So he at least know he can't shoot. This other dude, bro, leave him open. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, bro. But if he's at 3-point line, I'm not even gonna close out on him. I'm like, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball so we can go the other way.
Prove me wrong.
Because he'll catch it. He'd be so nervous. He'll go. And he's got one of those shots where, when you shoot, he does that. He doesn't hook the wrist. So it looks so bad on the release. Bro, there was one game, he was wide ass open and he shot it and people were kind of making fun of him. I was like, man, you got that shot. Hey, cookie jar. Because he shoots like that and just doesn't turn the wrist.
I feel like he airball in every shot if you don't fall through. I feel like you airball in every shot, you don't fall through, bro.
He basically airball. He took 4 or 5 shots. He airballed at least 3 of them. But that's enough talk. That's enough talking shit, though. I just, when people do all that hoo-hoo rah-rah, I don't like it.
You actually listened to this album?
I told you I'm a little baby fan. Lil Durk straight. So I had to hop on see what they talk about. I won't listen to it once though, so I don't have an opinion on it yet. But I have an opinion. I don't have a full formed opinion. But I like it so far. But for me before I give my absolute opinion, I listened to an album like 3 or 4 times before.
Yeah. And the thing, it came out, and with me, I gotta be doing something. I either gotta be sitting down playing a video game or doing work and listening to music or working out to actually sit down and listen to it. So like what I did was I just like went through like each song, whatever, listened to about like 2 minutes of it. I'm like, okay, this one's straight, this one, and this one, okay, this one I like, you know.
Yeah.
So I really haven't got to sit down and actually, you know,
But yeah,
listen
it's
to it and everything.
there's
So,
hold up. There's one song on there, bro. We talking about Lil Baby Slid, bro.
what
Hold
song we
up.
talking about? Because
I'm looking it up right now. He went. Oh man, I can only recognize these names. That's
I got a
crazy.
question. I got a quick question. Do you like Polo G or do you listen to him at all?
Uh,
It's kind of
not.
hit or miss for you.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a Polo G song because I'm sure I've heard him, but I don't be listening to him like that.
Yeah. Well, he got this new album coming out, Hall of Fame. So I don't
Is he
know. It
good
might.
like that?
I like him. I like him a lot. I don't really know what you could like compare him to.
I might have
He's kind of in his own lane a little bit, I feel like.
I might have to just send you. When I listen to it again, I might have to just send you the song because I don't. You know, when you first, I don't recognize the names because I just roll it when I play it, so I'm not even seeing the names when the songs start.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But in the world. All right, so whatchamacallits is the Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul fight is today. Oh, here I got it right here. They won.
Bro, it's the fact that that actually is going through, and it's just like, dude, like, I feel like if Floyd loses, bro, I feel like it's staged.
Well, here's the thing. There's no winner or loser. So one of the
Because of
rules,
exhibition.
yeah. So one of the rules is there's no winner. There's no judges. So it's just them two in a fight, and there's a ref. There's no judges. So after the end of the match, there's no winner that's going to be like red. So as long as Floyd doesn't get knocked out, then he doesn't lose. The only way you can lose if the ref ends it because you get knocked out because it's up to ref discretion. That's the only true way to like lose this match. If you make it all 8 rounds and get knocked out, then it's just over.
Yeah.
But I've heard that Floyd's already made 30 mil from the fight.
That doesn't surprise me though. That
That's
doesn't surprise
crazy,
me.
bro.
I mean, dude, he said even in the interview, he said, "So you want me to fight a dude that has no boxing experience for he said 100 million or something like that? So
Yeah.
sign me up." I mean, which makes sense. I mean, like if you're a professional boxer with his record and his notoriety and resume and everything, that should be a no-brainer. Like for somebody that doesn't have any like boxing
Right.
experience.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, go ahead and make your little quick 100 mil real quick.
Right. That's like if somebody came to you and was like, would you play if you make your own team, but you play a 5-on-5 with 5 guys that have never played basketball? It's for 100 mil. It's like,
Are you still? Why are you asking me that
what kind of question is that? It's like shit, I'll go 1-on-5. No, I'm gonna do 1-on-5. But shit, it's like, of course. But man, and Ocho Cinco's fighting on this card.
Oh, I have to watch that then. I have to. Because is he actually fighting somebody like an actual fighter?
It's something Maxwell. Let me see.
Is he is he a professional fighter or is he just one of the dudes that claim that he fights?
Let's see. Chad Johnson, Brian Maxwell. I don't even know who Brian Maxwell is, to be honest.
Oh my god, bro, he's an MMA. Oh no.
He is?
Yeah, he's an M. It might be over for Chad, bro.
Are you sure?
Bro, yeah, he's an MMA fighter. He's 2-3. But still, he's an MMA fighter that has.
Wait, I don't see on here that he was an MMA fighter. Like, did he just started?
I mean, he's 2-3, so yeah, he's very new. But still, you got.
Oh wait. I'm looking at a different one because this one said he died of a heart attack at age 51.
Yeah, but that's definitely the wrong one. No, yeah, dude, he's age 33, 6 foot, light heavyweight. Well, he weighs in at 205. Yeah, bro. 2 wins and 3 losses.
So I hope Chad's been training. I
I hope,
mean, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that me and my buddy Xavier talk about all the time. Just because you're an MMA fighter, that doesn't mean you're good at boxing. Like
yeah,
take Brian Askren for was it Brian? I say that right?
yeah.
Yeah, take him for example. In the MMA, people are like, oh, Jake, was it Jake or Logan? Jake is gonna get destroyed because he's a trained MMA fighter. Well, Brian Askren's probably one of the worst strikers in MMA. He
He's
made
a
his
ground game. He's a
he
submission dude.
he made his fortune off of wrestling. That's why he's so good at MMA because of wrestling. He's good enough striking wise to go with you, and then his game plan is to get you on the ground, kind of thing. So that's why there's a lot of controversy with Jake Paul. It's like, well, if you want to, he's calling out and then he called out somebody else that's a grappler in the MMA. And people are like, if you want to call out MMA fighters, why don't you call out the strikers, the strikers of
Yeah.
MMA? Well, that's why. I mean, then that he got the Woodley fight set up. Now, here's the thing with Woodley. Woodley, he's a striker. Woodley's a striker, and Floyd, it hit Floyd Mayweather's camp or team. They're training him for the fight. So it's like, if Woodley mentally, because it doesn't seem like he's mentally wanted to be in the situation. If he mentally decides to show up for the fight, it might get ugly. But still,
and we can go from his past fights and just run a 15-second clip and just let y'all, see what he's capable of striking wise, which is pretty scary.
Oh yeah,
Wait, like if you take dude, just like anyways, like he's majority of his game is striking, and then you go to boxing where there's no kicking involved. Still a pretty good fighter, you know.
It's less to worry about. But I mean, shit, you never know, man.
Dude, anybody can get knocked out. Anybody can get just that one punch and that right.
All it takes is to get lucky to sting them one time, and then once they start doing this,
yeah.
And you just got to get lucky once. That's it.
The only thing that I say about that Jake Paul and Floyd fight, the weight difference is so size difference.
Logan Paul.
Logan, whatever.
Yeah, because he was he weighed 6'2", went in at what did he weigh, 190?
And Floyd is maybe
180. He weighed 155, I think.
Yeah, that's.
But and then the other thing is Logan Paul cut weight to make 190. I think his natural weight's like 205, 210.
Ooh.
So he's a big guy. He's gonna have power behind his punches.
Yeah.
The only thing Logan has to do is catch him. If he can catch if he can catch Floyd Mayweather one time.
Because Floyd's small.
Yeah, he's 5'8", 155. If he can catch Floyd one time, he might be straight. The problem is catching him one time, because you talking about a guy that's known for his defense, his head movement. Bro, you seen those highlights? People doing his he's
just
doing all that.
Him out.
Bro, his head movement and his defensive speed. And here's one thing that I was listening to some guys break down is, he always puts his chin right here on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So that's he has a shoulder roll, because if he gets hit in the chin, his shoulder reduces the force of the impact. So, if you get caught with your chin out straight up, it's damn near knockout. But if you got something to kind of back it up, and if he catch something here,
kind of stable it a little bit.
it stabilizes it to where he's not taking all of it. Some of it gets put out to his shoulder, so it's not as bad. So he's got the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's another thing. Hold up. I saw a stat. Hold up.
That makes sense though, because I've watched matches like that. I'm like, bro, what is he doing? Because it looks awkward if you're watching it from the fight. You'd be like, what is he doing? Is he just touring around with it?
He's smart as hell. And here's the other thing. I was gonna send this to Mitch, because remember we were talking about it with Mitch, and he was like, "Is Floyd known for knocking guys out?" And we were like, "No, wait a minute. He's got 50 wins. Guess how many knockouts he has?
40.
27. Over half 50 wins, 27 knockouts. That's a lot of knockouts. The thing is, when early in his career, he was knocking guys out. He has the power, but he's like you watch his interviews. He's an entertainer. What he says is people watch for a fight. He's like, yeah, I could take these guys out in the first 2 rounds if I wanted to. That doesn't sell tickets. So what he does is, he gets a feel for him. He lets the other opponent, think they're getting him in, and then he's just reading them. Okay, what's his game plan? All right, man, that's what he wants to do. All right, cool. Now he knows what he wants to do. He just cruise control. All right, I'm an autopilot. I'm gonna save my energy. Tire this dude out. Then the last few rounds, okay, yeah.
You know what's funny about that though?
Come here.
He's went on TV and said his game plan, and he's still undefeated to this day. And it's just like start watching the film, watch his press conferences, watch his interviews. Like he's really giving y'all game on what he's doing, like on every match. Like
that's just a testament to how great he is in his sport. Because it's like football or basketball. Like in basketball, you could give somebody your game plan. You still have to stop. Let's take Luka for example. The Mavs can give out their game. Obviously, you wouldn't want to, but let's say somehow Clippers found out the Mavs game plan. You still have to stop Luka from scoring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you got somebody's game plan or got somebody's plan, you still yes, you can strategize and counter their whatever, but at the end of the day, you still have to stop them from scoring. You still have to stop Floyd, or in most instances, you still have to land a punch on Floyd, which most people struggle with. So it's shit. We'll see, because by the time it just started. Hang on, I got up. Yeah, so it's on Showtime instead of Triller, which Triller was a bunch of bullshit. We are not sponsored by Triller. Showtime, if you want to sponsor us, give us a shout out. But it just started at 7 Eastern, and they said that Floyd and Logan.
It's on Showtime?
It's sponsored by Showtime. Well, yeah, it's on Showtime. If you have the Showtime, because you have to have Showtime through like a streaming service now. Like you have to pay for Showtime. Bro, did I not send you that thing in the group message?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
I'm using that thing to whatchamacallit. Anyway, they said they won't hit the shit. Mayweather and Logan won't hit the stage till about 9 o'clock, because it depends on how long the
other fights go.
Yeah, because if they're I don't know how many rounds the other ones are, but if all of them are knockouts in the first round, then they'll be up quick. But I'm excited, bro. It's sold out. Ew.
That's interesting, dude.
I'm actually interested. I'm excited to see the Ultra Single fight. The Ultra Single fight too. I'm curious to see how he looks.
Going from football to fighting, bro.
Football to soccer to football to fighting.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he played a little soccer too.
Yeah, I remember seeing his first. I remember seeing his first goal he scored in soccer.
I bet that was so hype.
The crowd went crazy.
Because scoring in soccer is so hard. Because the games
tough.
are usually like 2-1.
Yeah, it's tough. Like that's a big, especially a guy that I'm not gonna say he didn't train for soccer, but it's not like he was playing professional soccer all his life. Like he's just super athletic in football, has some transferable skills, and you just freak out. And then I'm sure he was working on soccer to some extent. Like that's legit.
It's looking impressive, like for somebody to go from one professional sport to another and actually do something, not just claiming that,
I played but didn't do shit.
Yeah, like you got something on, like you got stats, bro. Like
that is crazy.
You did something for your time being.
All right, bet. So, man, we got anything else? Feels kind of short because
when we get Mitch back on, I'm gonna bring some lunch tables, bro, because we've been a little slacking on the.
You don't got none today?
No, I don't got none today. Well, actually, I don't know where my book is at, but I wrote down some. I honestly think it's in my car, to be honest, in my backpack. But I written down some interesting ones, bro. So I'm gonna have to hit you off with some next week. And plus, bro, I like having Mitchell. I like having everybody on here to where I can ask them. So
Here, let me dip into my bag because I feel like we haven't done them in a minute. I guess we did one last week, but it was a short one.
Yeah.
Uh, Here, I'll just ask some random ones off the top of my head. All right, because we got time. I don't want this to be too short. Anyway, all right. What what life? I was about to say life cycle. What phase in your life do you think is the is I don't want to ask this. For you personally, what phase in your life do you think was the best so far? So in terms of like, do you think college was the best because you're out on your own, do whatever? Do you think high school was the best because of whatever, middle school, any or like where you are now? But for any reason, what phase do you think was the best for you so far? Or like where you
I
had the most, not necessarily the best, but like the most like enjoyment, or like that you could go back to or stay at, just experience one more time type.
I mean, it's obviously there's I don't know which one I'm gonna put above because I've learned a lot in both of them, but definitely going to college, like transfer like from like Columbia State going to like UTC and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good experience just because, well, first thing, I knew a lot of people already there, but it's a college, like you're gonna meet new people and everything too. I'll say that, and obviously, being on my own for my like actual like first time and everything like that, which a lot of people struggle with. I didn't struggle that much, like just being on my own and like know how to navigate and do all that stuff and everything like that. But is that, and then definitely after college, because after you graduate from college, bro, it's just like, all right, what you gonna do next? Are you gonna really try to get a job like in your field, or are you just gonna try to just do some bullshit just until the time passes?
Right.
So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with after college because I feel like that's kind of like when you go to college, like you're on your own and everything, but you're really not. Like you still got your parents to kind of like back you up and support
Yeah.
you a little bit and everything. But once you get out of college, bro, it's like, all right, like you did something for 4 years. Show me what you did in that 4 years, and let's see how you can. Let's see what you do. Like
Yeah.
it's that, and then I think honestly too, and it's like for that, I feel like a lot of people too struggle trying to find that first job that they really want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like it's a lot of things that go into it as well. Like, some people, come back home, they try to get a job where they live. Some people are just adventurous, try to go out to like new, like different states or anything. Like, I feel like just that whole transition, I think like for everybody it's just new to them. And obviously if you move to a different state, like you for yourself example, like went to Missouri, went to school there, now you're down in Texas doing school and everything. I bet that
Right.
was just a different scenery change. You didn't really know anybody coming down there like to Texas or anything. Obviously you met people and everything. I feel like I honestly think, like, I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but I feel like majority of the people, if they had that question asked to them, I would really think that they would say like probably after college. So I mean, like, like after college, it's the real world, bro. Like you out there, you know,
It's funny you say that because mine's high school, bro.
for real.
I'm going back to high school because, especially more specifically, those last 2 years. So like, I was old in high school. Like I was my last like when I graduated high school, I was 19.
Hmm.
So like I was old. So when I was a junior, I'm 17, 18 already. And my I think if I could go back, I would do that. One, because I played three sports competitively.
Hmm.
Like, our high school, like we were a competitive high school team. I
Yeah,
did track pretty much year round. I did football was a super competitive. I pretty much did basketball year round too.
yeah.
But like to go back to doing three sports pretty much year round at a super high competitive level, bro, like that was so much fun. I probably just to go back and experience that, and because
Now,
now
if you saying from a fun standpoint, I'm
that's what I'm
definitely
talking about.
a fun standpoint. Okay, my first question, I'll say that was like probably like the best like moments, I guess, learning like life things. Now, best moment, yeah. I'll probably say high school.
Yeah, bro, high school. Because think about high school, bro. It's like because of basketball, bro, we was always hanging out. You know, when you travel with the team in the bus, and we goofing off,
Mhm.
like the friends you have, especially the friends on like the teams, you're doing everything together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like track, we're doing everything together. Track season, basketball, we're doing basketball. Basketball was probably my favorite because like unlike football, basketball, I mean,
It's
you
year
got
round.
you talking about tournaments, you got games every week, you got even more tournaments, you got like basketball. I feel like basketball is that sport where if you're on a like some type of basketball team, an organized basketball team, you can really get close with your teammates
Oh
because
yeah.
it's not like football, it's a small team. Even track has a lot of players or runners, athletes, what do you want to call it. Basketball, it's a small team. And because it's a small team, you can kind of get to know each other on a personal level. And then track, you only have track meets track. It's track such an individual sport because once you're doing, like, let's say you do one event, you go up, show up, do your one event, you can go home. You don't have to
Yeah.
stay. Basketball, wherever we go, we're spending, if you travel, your hotels, goofing off, bonding, like everything's
Between games, bro, you start the facility cooling.
right. I feel like there's the most bonding is in basketball because it's small teams. Y'all do a lot of stuff together. It's more personable. And
You gotta think about it too. Some of those players that are on your AAU team might be going to the same school as you too. So
yeah, like all of that. Like,
mhm.
so I like just I'm a super competitive guy. And if I could have, I would have tried to do 3 sports in college. But, when you go to college, you can't. And so
Mhm.
I was a tri-sport athlete for so long. I did football, basketball, and track, middle school, all the way through high school. For that's what 7 years. I was
Mhm.
used to doing 3 sports really longer than that because I did baseball before I did track. I did football, basketball, and baseball. But just going from super competitive from middle school to high school for 7 years, all I knew was 3 sports year round. So
Mhm.
I actually struggled a little bit when I got to college because I was like doing football, just football. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to college, honestly, they don't want you playing basketball. Because if you go and get hurt, you're playing pickup ball. They don't really want you to, but if you're smart with it, depending on who you are, they'll let you do whatever. But like I got to there and I was like, all we doing is football. Football, like I'm trying to go hoop. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I'm trying to go hoop, and then I'm
You got your
missing.
coaches probably saying, "Nah, fine, you don't need to do that."
Right. So like I'm so competitive. I was like my first year there, I redshirted, so I knew I wasn't gonna play. I might have practiced more basketball than I did football my first year. Because after practices, we knew we weren't traveling to the away
Mhm.
games. We weren't playing on home games. All we did was scout teams. So like we didn't even really go to meet. We didn't go to like the team meetings. We were basically, if you redshirt, you're a separate team. From like you don't go to the team meetings when they travel. You don't go to the travel team meetings. You don't go to all those. You go to your scout team meetings, and then you just check in with your position coach to make sure you're on top of your grades. Outside of that, you don't do shit. So
Mhm.
so after that, I'm at the red. We hooping.
Mhm.
Like, because I did that all every day for my whole first year. I was in the courts. I'm getting shot. You'd have thought I was at Mizzou playing for basketball. I'm getting shots up. Nobody's in the gym. I'm getting shots up. I'm getting 100 shots up. You'd have thought I was trying to get a 10-day for the Spurs. Like I'm out there doing drills with cones. Like, what am I doing?
For
That's
real.
all I knew is to work on something for basketball because I'm so used to playing basketball year round. It's like, man, I haven't dribbled in a minute. Let me get my drills in.
I
Let
got
me
I
get
got a
my
question
shots in.
though. I got a question though for you. Not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I know when you went to Missouri, I know that there was one talks of you like trying to run track. What happened with that?
Oh man, there's a whole
What
story.
what happened with that? Because obviously, when you run, like you're obviously going to lose weight and everything like that. And I know that was probably one of the things the coaches already said. Like, if you run track, you
No, no, bro.
they
Look, listen to
didn't.
this. No, it was some bullshit. Listen to this. I'm finna throw everybody under the bus. Actually, I mean, what are they gonna do? Suspend me? Anyway, here's what happened. So my goal was to run track and play football in college, right? Because track, I was, you know,
Nice at it, nice. You
right,
know,
all American, junior
yeah,
Olympian. You know what I'm
just flex
saying?
on it, bro.
Right,
Just
all American shit. I was 8th in the country at one point. Anyway, I was 8th in the world at one point. Anyway, for my age group. That was my main goal. I was gonna there's two big factors for me choosing my school. One was their physics program, and second, and that's the order. Number one was physics program. Number two was the ability to do football and track.
You know that's crazy is that you still majored that's just wild. Like college athlete majored in physics. Like
yeah, there's only been one other guy to do it at Mizzou.
I mean, you just don't hear that from like any athlete. But carry on.
So those are my main two. Anywhere that'll let me do both, track and football. So I'm talking to coaches. I'm like, well, y'all let your athletes do football. If y'all let your athletes do track and football, yada yada. And the ones that say no, not really. All right, done. Thank you for your time. That's, I'm trying to go.
You run that thing like a business.
I mean, you got to because
you got. I mean,
when you sign that paper, you're selling your soul away. So I talked to Mizzou. They're like, I was like, y'all let your guys athletes run track and do track and football. And they're like, if we got guys that come in and show that they're determined and they put the team first, we'll let them run track in the spring. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I had Mizzou on my radar. There are some other teams. So I could have gone to just do track. So I had interest for just track, and I might have had interest in basketball, but I didn't even think basketball was an option because I was so short and I played center. So I was like, that don't even make sense. But I kind of wish I'd gone back and to dive in a little bit into like, my options or whatever. But, I was like, there's no way in hell. I'm not playing center. Anyway. So fast forward. I signed to Mizzou expecting to play. So like right when I got on campus, I'm asking like, who do I got to talk to make sure, about running track in the spring? I want to make sure y'all know like this is what I really want to do. It's like, we'll talk about it once season's over because the fall's up and track's not till spring. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I go through, I red shirt. So I'm thinking, okay, I red shirt, that's perfect. I'm gonna study the book, I'm gonna study the playbook, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna work hard, like I work my ass off to show football's number one because football's paying the tuition. Track, they're just gonna let me do, for it'll help my speed and all that stuff, right? So I showed up. I did everything I was supposed to do. I was never late for anything. I showed up. I did everything I was supposed to do. Spring comes around. I was like, so I'm looking at running track. Like, whatever. They're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna let anybody run track. I was like, what? Like,
I bet you were tight,
bro. When I tell you I was pissed, because now in my head I'm like, I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
So here my options were to either transfer somewhere else, but to transfer, you got to get recruited all over again. It's like going back to high school. You got to get recruited all over again. And then I got to make sure that they don't do the same shit Mizzou did to me, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to transfer. I was like, let me give it another year or whatever. Maybe, maybe if I start sliding the starting lineup and I show like, I'm that guy, they'll go let me run track. Next year, well, shit, there's coaching staff and all this bullshit. Basically, that didn't happen. And so now I'm looking at my third year. I said, well, if I transfer, because at the time they don't have the right, because right now you can transfer there, but when I was in college, well, I said all this shit saying that. When I was in college, you had to sit out a year when you transfer. I was like, do I want to sit out here? Because I'm this close to starting at the time. Like I'm on the cusp of starting for an SEC school, and we had just won the SEC East Championship. So I'm like, I'm right here. So I was like, do I transfer or do I try to get to? Now I'm in this dilemma where, okay, if I say, all right, let me give up trying to run track and just try to focus on starting for Mizzou, or still try to run track somewhere else, it'd have to be a smaller school, something like that. I had to choose. I'm like, shit, I'm here. If I transfer, I got to do all this. I got to do all that. I got to move. Like it's a big ordeal. So I was like, you know what? I'm this close to starting. Let me just stay here. Let me finish. Because the physics program is great out here. Because I'd have to find another school with a physics program. So it was like all this shit I had to do if I was going to transfer versus just stay, work my ass off, get in that starting spot. So I decided to stay. Then we get a new coach. I've had 4 or 5 different defensive coordinators. I've had 3 or 4 position coaches. So I never slid to that starting spot that I was planning on going because coach left, new position coach. Well, when when you get new coaches, what people don't know is when you get new coaches and you aren't already like a established guy, you're at the bottom of their list because they didn't recruit you. Because the guys that you know how it is. You've been on the coaching or like the management side of it.
And you know what, dude? And that's the part that I just can't. I just can't do that. I feel like if I'm stepping in, if I'm a coach coming in, I feel like everybody has a fair chance until I see something that sparks my eye. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you would think.
But that's the thing that I feel like coaches do. They're just like they're so stuck up on the guys that they recruit. They don't even look at.
In their defense, I get it. In their defense, it makes them it makes them look good because they brought them in and these guys are playing. It makes them look good. So
at the same time, you're there to get wins. You're there to get wins.
Because when they do that, the best player doesn't always play when they do it like that. So that all and this is all stuff I could predict. So that all happens. So now I'm in my third year of eligibility. I can't transfer now. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already redshirted. So if I transfer sit out, I'd be sitting out my last year of eligibility.
Yeah. Which makes no sense.
So I was stuck there. And that's how that all went down, bro. That's how that all went down.
I would have been hot. I would have been in somebody's room, bro. Be like, nah, bro, y'all said this and that. Nah, like I would have handled it maybe different than you find it.
But here's the thing.
But you handled it in the best way for your benefit, I feel like.
Well, yeah, it all kind of ended up working out. I could have been in the Olympics or at least anyway, that's besides the point. But I wanted to be like that. But here's the thing, Calvin. If you go into the coaching like that, guess what? You're no longer you got to get on the good side. Good side. If you get on the position coach, your defensive coordinator's like good side. I'm talking, I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the people listening because you already know. If you get on the coach's good side, you straight. As long as you show up, do what you're supposed to do, you get on the good side, you straight. If I went to the office going off like I wanted to, guess what? I'm on the bad side. You get on the bad side,
they not fucking.
You might as well kiss that playing time goodbye.
Yeah.
It's gone. Especially if you mess up, they still might play, but you mess up one time. You talking about a leash? No leash.
Unless you just
that guy
that can really do anything but still like come on and bust 3-year starter's ass or something like that, then that's a different story.
Yeah, but you got to be a dog. I tried to be a dog, but your boy was just a puppy out there. Especially, and here's the biggest problem. So a lot of the older guys, because of the coaching staff, we didn't get a lot of experience. So and there's some year gaps. So when the guys that were older left, our most experienced guys were the youngest guys because we got skipped because of the coaching change. Because they want the guys they recruit to play. So we got skipped. So you're talking about, so now we're juniors and seniors. Now the coach is at this problem where we want to play, but you don't have any playing experience. It's like, well, whose fault is that? That's your fault we don't have experience. Because instead of playing us more often in the younger guy, you can still play the younger guys, but instead of throwing us in there to get some experience, you threw in the guys you recruited. Now we're redshirt juniors, redshirt seniors with less experience than these guys that are sophomores getting their asses handed to out there. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's your fault as a coach for not getting. Because what are we supposed to just get on the field whenever we want some experience? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the coach's fault for those problems like that. And now that's the problem Mizzou has now. Now here's crazy how all this works. I'm gone, right? So all those guys that were under me that had the experience that Mizzou was looking for needed, they've either a lot of those guys have transferred. 2 of the starters that started when I was coming up, they've transferred. They're no longer there. And then you have these other guys that either cracked under the pressure because they weren't ready yet and they folded, or you got guys that have left or medically retired. Now, Mizzou was struggling so bad at DB, they had to turn a quarterback into a DB. Now it's not the coaching staff that's there now, because this is another coaching change, completely different coach. But it's just all the beforehand, the coach before that,
snowball effect,
that messed up that experience hierarchy. That's like when I first got there. If you were a senior, obviously to an extent. If you're a senior and you suck, they'll play a freshman over you, obviously. But we're talking about, we're all D1, everybody can hoop or can ball, right? We're talking upper echelon SEC football. So nobody in the room is a bum. The only difference is just experience in the system and experience on the field. That's the two biggest differences, right?
And obviously IQ too. So
right, and IQ. So if you got a senior and they're up here, they've been here for a while. If you're a freshman, you got to wait your turn. It sucks. That's how it is. You got to put in the work first. But there's freshmen coming in just getting handed, here you go. We're gonna force you to start.
And they ain't ready for that.
We're not ready. And then you got juniors and sophomores that should be getting that PT, the XP, but you got this guy taking all them. So when the seniors leave, you got a freshman with the next most experience. And these guys, the meat of your DBs, no experience. What are you gonna do?
Say a prayer and hope for the best.
That's just me going on a rant. You just open up a whole can of just
bro. I can do the same exact thing like this with UTC and shit, bro. There's so much stuff I'm just like, bro. Like I'll say this. I'm not trying to dog nobody or anything like that, but bro, you have an assistant coach that comes in from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Great organization for basketball. Wisconsin, They got some hoopers out there. Right. Well-known program, prestige. Basically, fundamental basketball at its finest, if you really want to say that. Like, programs ran off of that.
Right.
Come down to SoCon. Obviously, you got to make your name and everything. How the hell, in 2 seasons, you have 13 people transfer out?
Yeah, that's not good at all.
And then you're expecting, obviously, your young guys to come in, freshmen and everything, to come in, do something. Meanwhile, you're trying to pick out graduate, grad transfers and everything that only have 1 year. In their mindset, okay, I play at this high level school. I dropped down to a low level school. Oh, I got a hoop.
Right.
And that whole kind of like team aspect and everything kind of goes out the window a little bit because it's their last year. They're trying to go overseas or do something. They're dropping down division. I mean, honestly, if I was in that position, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to hoop. I'm about to do me. And it really doesn't pan out that way in most situations, unless you just that dude that just comes out and just starts torching people.
Right.
But yeah, bro, it's just like there's so many. I feel like I'll say one thing. If McKinday probably stayed, like finished out his whole, like everything at UTC, and the people that came in after him and people that stayed, bro, they would have been nasty.
You think so?
I really think, because, bro, you got to think about it. There's a dude named Mikkel that went to Stony Brooks, balled out. Then he transferred to Cal, hit a game winner. There's a dude named Rodney that went out to Dayton. And Dayton, they played hella good.
Yeah.
No, was it Dayton? I think it was Dayton. And then there's another, dude went out there. And there's some other people that went to other schools like the year after transferring UTC and had got off. Like, I'm telling you, like, just like, why wasn't this happening at UTC?
Right.
So, yeah, like I said, I can go on a whole rant, but I can write a novel, a book about that shit. So,
well, speaking about the grad transfer thing, what a lot of people don't understand is the grad transfer thing, not from a coaching perspective, not the grad transfers perspective, but the coaching perspective is it's great for that what you need right now. You know what I'm saying? Those grad transfers, especially the ones that have 1 year left, it's great to fill that spot for what they need for that 1 year. But that long-term longevity of the team,
yeah,
like you were saying earlier, like, yeah, they're going to come in 1 year, but then they're gone. So that if you're really trying to, Ocho Cinco got dropped.
Oh, no.
Chad Johnson got dropped. He's been fighting good, though. There's 40 seconds left in the last round. He's fighting good.
He said he got dropped. He said, oh, no.
He's been fighting good, though. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's just short term because there's one point in Mizzou. I'm not gonna say what position group, but they were trying to fill a spot because they was missing some experience with grad transfers. So they brought in a lot of grad transfers. Well, here's the problem: the grad transfers came in, they either weren't what they were expecting, like you were saying, like they come in and just don't really do shit, and then they're gone, or they come in, they're that dog, but they're still gone the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get stuck at. It seemed like at one point in Mizzou, we got stuck in this cycle of grad transfers where we filled the spot for the experience. Okay, good, bet. But then they're left next year. Well, we still need to fill those spots. So that it was grad transfer after grad transfer coming in because they're trying to fill this experience spot. But instead of taking the young guys they have, developing them right. Now, obviously, you can coach your ass off as much as you want. If a guy's not,
if a dude ain't bought in, bro, he not bought in.
If they're not bought in, or it sucks to say, but some people you can work as hard as you want. Sometimes you're still not going to be good enough. It's unfortunate. That's just how it is. You can be the hardest working person on the court, on the floor, on the team. Put in so much hours. You can watch all this film, study, and you can still not be good enough. It's unfortunate that happens. And then, that's why transferring is important because, if you're playing at the highest competitive level, you're working your ass off and you're still not good enough, maybe transfer down a division with a competition. That's fine. But it's tough. College sports is just a tough organization from a player and a coaching's perspective.
And plus, dude, like, obviously, you're going to see, like, there's different type of coaches, bro. There's a player's coach. There's a coach that just asshole coaches. Like, there's a different, every coach is not going to fit a player's, like, style. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the main reason why some people, transfer is either from obviously they're not good enough talent like they thought they were to play in that division or whatever. They don't like the coaching style. Their style of play really doesn't fit the offense, or they're just not it,
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the time it's like the player and coach relationship. Now you might be cool with, some like the assistant coach and stuff, but if you're not good in with the head coach, bro, there's only so much you can do.
You might as well leave.
Yeah, fact.
You got to be happy, or at least content. It's okay if you're at least content because I know some guys that aren't happy, but they're content enough because they're gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of guys, depending on your goal, for a lot of guys, it's just a stepping stone. I'm just trying to get to the league. So this is, if you're at Bama and let's say you don't like Nick Saban or you don't like that style, but he's like, but I'm content enough. I'm just trying to get to the league. Or some people, I'm doing this so I get a free education. You know what I'm saying? So
or they have no aspirations of going to that next level.
Yeah, so it just depends.
Which is cool. It's not a bad thing. I mean, shit. I mean, some people get burnt out of the college stuff because they know going to the next level, they're just like, okay, like college is like this. NFL that's a different beast. And like, I probably don't want no business doing that. So
I was one of those guys. I got burnt out in college. I didn't.
Oh, I bet. I mean, bro, like to be honest,
I didn't want to go pro.
And the thing about it, like, obviously, like I worked for a coaching staff and everything, was on staff and everything, obviously a different sport, but still the same context. Bro, this is at a mid-major school and they did a lot of shit. I can't imagine what they did at Power 5 schools, especially in football, where there actually has to be like structure because the team is so big. Basketball, you have a 15-man roster. Like, it's going to be way easier to track 15 people down than 100 and, but sheesh. Yeah, man. After experiencing that, I was just like, dude, these dudes are they really are on the schedule, bro. Especially in season.
Oh yeah. All right, I got one more question, then we can getting close to my Chili's time.
Chili.
So this is kind of just a chill question. Let's say, what is your ideal day of just kicking back and relaxing? Like, let's say tomorrow you get the whole day to do nothing, or you get the whole day to do whatever you want, but it's your day to like relax. What's your ideal day?
Shit, I mean, my ideal day, well, obviously getting up at some point in the morning time, getting a workout in. If I'm like have the full free day, I'm knocking that out first.
Right.
I'm doing that. Bro, this is gonna probably sound lame as hell, but I really don't do a lot of stuff. Probably just if I have some money or something, some extra money, probably go shopping. Probably go to the mall,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, go to the mall, pick up the little things. Then like if I'm out by Cool Springs, grab a bite to eat. Probably that Cajun place, Yats, that I go to, or Jersey Mike's. Call it a day, come back, chill, dude. Like, that's probably my ideal day. But I'll say this: if you put some like, if I get a workout in and then have like a full day of just golf, I'll say that would be a chill day too. So I'm getting into golf now and stuff. So I'll
Okay.
say that. Well, what about you? I know mine's pretty basic and shit, but
Oh,
that's
mine's
obviously what I would do.
bro. Mine's the most basic. My ideal day, and this my ideal day. This would only work if I didn't have anything the next day either, or I didn't have anything early. Cause like on it basically have to be a Saturday type day. Cause on Sundays I don't do too much relaxing because I have to get ready for the next day. So let's
Yeah.
just say my day is like a Saturday where I still have Sunday to get ready for shit. So my ideal day is waking up. You say the workout thing, that's tough because I do enjoy working out, but Saturday, Sunday, because
Mhm.
for me, I'm thinking of a weekend.
Oh, you thinking a weekend? Well,
Well,
I mean,
it,
I
it could
still
it could be any day of the week, but I'm just saying like for me, I'm thinking on a day that is also my off day from the gym. So like working out is not in there, even though I'm not saying like working out like it helps me so much in terms of like keeping me sane or whatever.
yeah.
But uh I would imagine this day would be on an off day for me. So it's an off day. So I ain't got to wake up early. I wake up and like literally not do shit. Like but like you've seen pictures of the man cave because you're staying in the man cave.
Yeah.
The door's right here. That's why I'm pointing this way. You'll see the setup. When I tell you, it's like a sanctuary. You can go in any time of the day, close the door, turn all the lights off, turn the TV on. You can just start watching TV. You will have no idea what time of the day it is. You won't know how much. There's no clock in there. You won't know how much time has passed. It's set up almost like where like a temple. You could go in, close the door.
It'd be
You
enchanted forest.
Bro, you are cut off from the world. Windows blacked out. Almost all of the walls are covered in Marvel posters. I have a big ass Roku TV. I'm about to get a sound system. I got bro. I got a super comfortable bed in there,
Mhm.
bro. I'm telling you, my ideal day. If I had my ideal day is to DoorDash all the food that I'm gonna eat for the day. So not cook shit. I like cooking, but we're talking about the ideal day to relax. DoorDash everything I'm gonna eat for the day. I don't even know what I would eat, but just whenever I'm hungry, I just DoorDash it. It comes to my door, and I would
Mhm.
just have to walk out the door, grab the food, and then walk back in my door, and just never leave that room. Watch TV on it, play some video games, turn on some movies,
Uh-huh.
not leave that room except for to piss, which is the bathroom's right here, right next to it, and to
Uh-huh.
grab my food from DoorDash. And then obviously I would have to take Mocha out, but let's just say Mocha is being babysat somewhere else, so he's not even at the house.
Mhm.
So all I gotta do is grab my food and go back in there and not do shit. That would probably be my ideal relaxing day, bro. Like it's so relaxing in there, bro.
Dude, and you know the thing about it, like I'm getting to the point like where like there's some weekends like somebody like there's some weekends where like obviously you want to do something but there's nothing to do. Then there's
Right,
some weekends it's just like I'm just cool just staying at the crib, bro.
right,
And
all day.
I'm cool at stay at the crib just watching some TV and just playing some video games or if there's a game on or whatever, yeah,
Watch it,
cool.
yeah. Oh, bro, I love like when NFL comes back. Before I started working at pizza, my Sunday routine. So you remember I used to get pizza every Sunday before I started working there.
Mhm.
Man, I loved Sunday nights. Sunday during the day, I was just clean. I clean, turn some gospel
Mhm.
music on, clean the house, and then right when the game come, I go get a large pepperoni, bacon, sausage pizza from Pizza Hut, hand toss. Come back to the crib. I would put my feet up on the. I roll my sectional rolls out to a queen size bed. I roll it
Mhm.
out, and I would lay down with the pizza box on my chest, and I would eat. I'm eating pizza off my chest, watching some Sunday night football, bro, with a Gatorade.
bro.
Bro, you talking about? I don't care about shit.
Yeah, I used to be
Uh,
like that, like with like NBA and stuff, because when I started working, like at the job and everything,
yeah,
it's Monday through Friday. Like there will always be like a Friday game on or something. Do the same routine, bro. But I kind of got out of it now just because the schedule, like they changed the NBA schedule to there's games on
yeah.
like every single night. I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah.
damn. But
I don't even be relaxing during the games no more. I be like, cause during the week I just turn it on and I'm still working on shit, so I'm like half-ass
yeah,
watching the game and shit. So, but I can't wait for Sunday night football because I'm gonna do the same thing, but just with my Chili's instead of Pizza Hut.
I feel that, bro.
I had Pizza Hut yesterday for the first time since I stopped working there.
Do you still keep in contact with people up? Like, do you still go to the same one that you worked at?
No, there's one. There's one way closer. It's like right around the
Oh,
corner. The other one, it's. I mean, it's not far, but there's one right here. But no, no. That's the first time I was like, because I was so. Oh, I should do this on an announcement. So I got another part-time job where it's kind of like a Uber Eats, but it's this. It's like a Texas only thing out here. I deliver shit for people, right? I'm a hustler, bro. I gotta get this money.
damn, son.
I'm a hustler, bro.
I'm a hustler, baby.
Right. So like during my free time, I just do deliveries. And so one day I was there's this, so it's a bit like Uber Eats. So I go to the restaurant and if I either place the order or I pick up the order. And so they went to, it's called South Flow Pizza, some pizza place out here. They ordered pizza. Man, it was in my car. I'm like, this pizza smelled good. And this pizza smells so good. And I was like, this was yesterday during the day. I was like, shit, I have had Pizza Hut in a minute. Since I quit, that's the last time I had one. The last time I worked. Because I took one home. I was like, damn, I might get some Pizza Hut tonight. Because this pizza, it smells so good. So I had Pizza Hut last night for the first time. I was like, it's busting.
He's like, I miss it, but won't go back.
Shit. I mean, I'd go back, but I'd have to be like on my last leg. Like it'd be like a last resort to go back because I was making fantastic money. I was making stupid money, but I had to work stupid hours to make it,
Yeah.
Because I was
I know
working
that you were working like 4 days a week or something there, 5 days.
I was working at the craziest because once I started working at the gym, I obviously cut back. But when I was working there not even full time, I was actually working. They was paying me overtime. I was working 30 full time at Pizza Hut is 35 hours. I was working 38. So I was getting 3 hours overtime. I was working 38 hours a week, which is some weeks 39, depending on how they scheduled me. But 39 hours, that's 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
It's really more than 39 hours. It's really 40 because that counts for me. That doesn't count for after we close at 12 or 11. I still gotta clean up. You know what I'm saying? So I really work more than 40 hours a week. But Nick, when I tell you, if I worked 2 straight 40-hour weeks, my check was over $1,000. And hold on. Wait. Let me
That
do
boy
this math.
was actually getting money.
So
because don't you get reimbursed for gas mileage too?
Fuck no.
Wow.
No, you don't know that. No, come on now. It's Pizza Hut. Because technically they list you as part-time, even though you work overtime. So they don't have to give you insurance. They don't have to do none of that shit. But so if I made $7.25 federal minimum wage, $7.25 in Texas. That's 80 hours, which is 2 40-hour weeks back to back. That's $850 for that check for the hourly pay. But Nick, them tips, tips
come in clutch, bro.
Because I'd probably make the 580 in 2 weeks. So the tips were probably $1,000 in tips in 2 weeks, and then the 580 from Pizza Hut. So I was making about $1,500 every 2 weeks. Ish.
Bro, that's actually not bad to be honest.
It was solid, but you gotta work. I mean,
you gotta work. Yeah, the hours that because you said you were going from what 5 to 10, but
5 to midnight. So I mean, you're talking about not a graveyard shift, but especially and the problem was I'm in school, so this isn't my, it's not. I'm in school, so the problem was I try to have to wake up, have workout, have my meetings, do my school, go to class, do my schoolwork all before 5 o'clock. Because once I
See,
went to work at 5, there was no time to do schoolwork, bro.
I forgot that I keep on forgetting that you're in school. Like you actually have schoolwork to do on top of
Yes, on top of
like
all of this shit I'm doing, I have classes and homework that I'm supposed to be doing.
I totally forgot that one little thing why you're in Texas right now. It's for
Bro,
school.
you talk about it was a grind because I'd have class in the mornings, then I had meetings for my, because remember I also work for UTSA. So not only do I have school work and classes, I have research I have to do, and I have deadlines where I'm supposed to present how my progress and my research. So I got all of that has to be done by that has to be done before 4 o'clock. So I can leave at 4:30 and I work from 5 till close. And sometimes if it's super busy, if we close at 11, I'm not going home till 12:30. Or if we close at midnight on a Friday, I'm not going home till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because you got to do this cleanup.
And that was Monday through Friday, my friend. Oh, it was rough.
I bet you were enjoying them weekends.
When I tell you, when I was working Monday to Friday, 5 to basically midnight, when I tell you Saturday, Sunday, I didn't do a thing, you wouldn't catch me out the house. Because I was like, it was rough, but hey, when I took the tips home every night, I feel
you
a
just
little
like,
better.
okay, this is what I'm doing it for.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this just, they got me cleaning under the nasty ass sinks, and I'm doing all this like cleaning out the like drains and shit. I'm like, oh, this shit is gross, bro. When I take home that cash, and then every 2 weeks that direct deposit hit on top of my tips, I'm like, I feel I ain't doing another week. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And look, on top of that, the UTSA check drop on top of that, I'm like, shit, I'm straight.
And then rents do you like
right. Oh,
nah, bro, you out there getting it though, bro. Especially with the gym stuff, which I know is a way better situation than pizza.
Oh yeah, shit, 35 an hour.
Sheesh.
But we actually used on for basically 2 hours. We carried it. Look, Mitch missing out. 2-man team. But
yes, sir.
Man, is that all you got? That's all I got. I'm
Man,
ready
that's
to see
all
this.
I got till next time, bro.
So I'm ready to see this Floyd Mayweather. I'm about to order my chilies. Ooh. And I tell you, I lost the client. Did I tell you how I lost the client, but it's not at 6 a.m. anymore? So the gym thing, I lost a client because her mom got sick. It was personal issues. She had to back out. But she was my 6 a.m. Well, guess what? Buddy doesn't have that 6 a.m. anymore. So I don't have anything in the mornings anymore.
So you got that's just a free time block off for you.
Look, I was really waking up at 6 because the session was at 7.
I noticed that too because obviously, you use social media a lot, and I was like, this man ain't getting to the gym as like early as he used to.
Yeah, that's because so because I would do the one in the mornings and I would do the one when I'd go to lift. Her sessions were at 7. I got up at 6 so I could leave the house by 6:30, get there at like 6:45. Session at 7. I would literally come home and then go back to sleep till 11 because I don't lift till noon. And then it's the summer, so all I have is research. So I don't have any classes in the summer, just research credit. So in the mornings before my lift at noon, I have nothing. So now your boy's been waking up at 11 a.m. every night. Well, I was, but now instead of doing my research in the afternoon, I'm waking up and I'm actually going to the office at 9 a.m. So I get up at 8 now to go to the office at 9. I get all my research done from 9 to 10 or 9 to 11. I come home, eat, and I go lift at noon. So after my lift, I'm done for the day. So I just be chilling.
Bro, that's so nice.
Because at first I was going to the lift, then I go back to the office around 3. But when you have a hard workout, you don't feel like doing shit the rest of the day. So I was like, let me move my research in front of the lift. Since and then getting up at 8, if I go to bed at midnight, that's still 8 hours of sleep. So I don't have to go to bed early, and I still get my 8 hours. Yeah. So, okay, bet. And I was used to getting like 5 hours of sleep when I had to get up at 6. But so I was like, shit, man, let me get up at 8, go up there, and then half the time I don't even go up there for the full 2 hours because I get what I need done. Because I go in, I make a list of what I need done that day. And I do that every day. And then usually I finish that stuff in like 45 minutes. I'm back at the house. I'm chilling till noon. Then I go lift. After that, I'll be chilled. Now, after that, I'm gonna do my deliveries. But before I started doing that, I was just chilling.
Right, you got so much damn free time.
Oh yeah, now that it's the summer, free time is crazy. But I'm feeling it with, bro, I'm running different deliveries, things. Money. I'm trying to feel it with making money now. So get these deliveries, making $9 a delivery. So shit,
Yeah.
Do one here or there. I can catch the games and shit now.
That's what's up though, bro.
But man, all right. Mr. Williams is gonna be in San Ed. You listening? Everybody pull up on the 24th to San Antonio.
Yo,
I'll throw a house party. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the first floor. Like that matters.
Yo, what happened? We did get Mitch to come down the same weekend,
bro. That'd be lit. It's perfect because you'll have somebody's got to sleep in the living room. But I got a queen size futon in the guest room. My bed is my bed, and then I got queen size as well. And then my sectional, it's a queen size. It folds up queen size bed. So we all sleeping like queens, fam. Everybody got.
We ain't no queens though.
Huh?
We ain't no queens though. We kings.
Shit, same difference. We royalty. Okay, I got space for everybody.
Shit.
But hang on.
What in the
bro, I got these plugged. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear my laptop?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Let me mute this. Oh, snap. That didn't help. Man, my TV, I got.
I was wondering what that noise was.
It's because my TV is my second monitor, so I can work at home. And I got like a little small 33-inch TV I use as a monitor. And the plug is a stitching cord up under me. And sometimes my feet hit it, it unplugs the TV. So when it does that, it like pushes everything back over to this one monitor and it like screws up everything. But we're good. We're good. All right, man. I will see you in a few weeks. I'll also see you next week. You got hit me outros.
Do what you gotta do, bro. Stay out the way, man. Same motto from the first episode, bro.
Yeah, y'all heard it here. Next week, hopefully, we'll have my boy Mitch back on. It'll be all three of us back on the cast. And man,
yes, sir.
Y'all stay safe out there. We appreciate y'all for listening. And hey, send stuff in. Y'all send stuff in if y'all want to hear stuff. I know we got some like Kane Cooper and Tyler Otto. Shout out to Mark. You know, guys, I know that reach out to me and say they listen every week, or reach out to us because I know Kane's reached out to you guys. But hey, y'all want to hop on? Hit up me, Calvin, Mitch. If you guys listen to this and you want to hop on for anything, hit us up on our socials. If you go to ivtalkspodcast.com, I don't even know our web. First of all, website. You need to send me your bio, bro. Okay, so I can send you the t-shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Second of all, just FLS4 swag on Instagram. Hit me up. Just let me know. We'll have you on. Anybody, if you listen, whether I know you or not, I'll have you on. We can talk about anything. If y'all want to talk about politics that y'all hate, or you want to talk about the Clippers fading the mat, anything, just let me know. Hop on and do this. All right. We appreciate y'all. Guard 615, we are out.
Yes, sir.
I'ma spread the wealth, even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need a pill. And life gon' get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life